Found out my 35M wife 30F cheated on me when we were dating. What to do now?
Very long post. Thanks in advance.
Today I found out that my 35M wife 30F cheated on me when we were dating.
We have been together for 3 years. We were good co-workers before dating. I was seeing someone else when we got involved. She was leaving to another city in 4 months, so we had a chat about keeping things easy and not to get too involved. She also mentioned that she was seeing another person at the time, completely sexual relationship, as this guy is married in an open relationship. I was fine with that as we were just having fun before she left.
At this point I had no idea who this guy was.
Things between us started getting really intense. I stopped seeing other people and started focusing on her.
She had very bad experience with her ex-partners. Lots of them cheated on her, abused her, etc., but I was the good one that was always there for her, looking after her.
I completely fell in love with her. I have never felt anything like this, and I knew she was the love of my life.
Then I decided to move with her to this new city.
She was happy about this as our relationship was growing stronger. The plan was that I will move 1 month after she moves to finish some unresolved matters. Couple of weeks before she was leaving, I moved to her apartment and we lived together. Everything was fine. I never asked about this guy again as I assumed we were exclusive. Last week with her was very hard.
We had a very emotional time together, had nice dinner as farewell, took her to the airport. The month apart was very rough for us. We both felt very attached to each other and we couldn't wait for this to be over.
Once I finally got to the new city, we started living together and building up a life.
One day I found in a chat that her hookup was our last employer when we were living in the previous city, and they did sexting once during the month we were apart.
This shattered my heart as it was so unexpected. I did not get upset about him being this guy, but that it happened during this bad time when we were apart.
She defended herself, saying that it was a very bad time for her, in a new place, alone, and that she didn't know if our fresh relationship was going to work out, as when we started dating I was seeing someone else.
Anyways, we had a chat and decided to stay together.
Eventually I proposed to her, we got married.
Everything was perfect. I am crazy in love of her since the first day.
6 months after we got married, I found out that this guy texted her, in a very sexual way, and my now wife replied the same way to him.
No photos or videos were sent, just text. When I found out, she told me that she only did it cause she felt sexy and desired that someone was texting her this kind of thing about old encounters they had. This was very hard for me, as when I first asked her to tell me the truth she just denied to keep in contact with him. At this time I have to say that I know the guy and that I know he doesn't text her often. The relationship they had was purely sexual. He has a wife and kids. He also fucks many other girls at the same time. I told her that I'm staying with her but that there's no other chance. She has to be fully committed to me and our marriage, which she agreed on. Life is perfect by her side. I have never felt so much love for someone. I can tell she does love me the same way. We have a very special relationship. Everything changed since that issue we had, and things were going well. We are that gross couple that dress the same and even work together again. Today I found out that the day she was leaving the previous city we lived at, she went to this guy's house very early morning, driving my car to hook up one last time with him, and had unprotected sex. The same day I invited her for a farewell dinner and took her to the airport. My heart sunk. I am in pieces. I don't know what to do. Since the previous issue we had when I found her texting him after we got married, I am 100% sure they are not in touch anymore. I can tell that she's fully committed to us and our relationship changed for good. But I can't stop thinking about what had happened before when we were just dating. I don't know what to do. I love my wife with all my life. I can't see a life without her. But I hate the girl she was before. Part of me wants to understand that she was scared of being loved as a result of her previous relations, and she didn't expect it, falling in love as she was leaving the city. But when all of this happened, we were living together and we were leaving the city together. She told me today that we fell in love at different times, that she's crazy in love for me after she got to know how good I am as a man and husband, and I trust what she says because I could see her falling in love with me over time. But I'm very hurt for what happened. She was very affected and emotional today. She apologized 1,000 of times and cried like I've never seen anyone cry. Part of me feels it's not worth it to lose my wife for something casual that happened long time ago, but I can't stop hurting because in that moment I was already crazy in love of her.
What are your opinions?
Needed to take this off my chest.
Bro, just drop her and file for divorce.
No point in staying married to a person you can't trust.
If you marry a cheater, you can count on getting cheated on.
Bad move staying the first time. You won't learn and you won't leave this time. Maybe next time. Never stay with a cheater man.
Respect yourself.
She doesn't respect you at all. You never should have married her. Bad move.
Sounds like she settled for you because her affair partner wasn't committed.
Guessing if he propositioned her again, she'd at least consider it. Divorce her, of course. She is unreliable and you won't trust her ever again. For me, she would be dead.
I mean, a woman who said she loved you after a 3 years relationship? Fucks without thinking twice? A married man with kids?
I wouldn't trust this woman to begin a family. Wake up, dude, she has been lying to you non-stop.
If she meet this man again in the future, she will fuck him again. This was about half a year ago, wasn't it?
She will do it again. She also mentioned that she was seeing another person at the time, completely sexual relationship as this guy is married in an open relationship. Talk about signs. Husband spit on me.
What should I do?
F22M22. Okay, so I'm rewriting this since so many people said it was too long. This is the shortened version. My husband and I have an amazing bond and he is always gentle with me even in arguments.
During our relationship I have expressed a dislike to one of his friends who I think is a lowlife because he doesn't have anything going for himself and continues to engage in bad habits that my husband has ended.
I have made it clear I didn't want their friendship to continue, but he said he'd rather have them drift naturally since this guy is unstable ASF. Violent, manic history. However, his friend texted him last week cursing him out and he cut their friendship off. I come to find out he deleted all the messages and I thought it was suspicious and blocked that friend from my phone as well, and I thought maybe he did that so that the guy wouldn't spill some secrets about my husband to me. My husband tells me that later in the argument the friend was saying horrible things about me cause he thinks my husband is fake for only making time for me, that's why he deleted it so I wouldn't get my feelings hurt. My husband keeps denying that anything is hidden and saying he just didn't want any involvement with him any further. We ended up arguing for hours from 1 a.m. 6 a.m. and basically declared our relationship done since I thought he was being sus and was going to text the guy to see what's up with that, and that angered him a lot. At the very end of our argument I said something along the lines of, "Are you like in love with him? This is so sus of you," and I laid down and I felt him spit on my head. I was shocked and I turned the light on and asked if he just spit on me and he said, "Yeah, you wanna call me gay? Ill, do it again," to which I reply, "Really, you do it again?" And he spits on my face. I'm really confused because this is super out of character, and I spoke to his mom. First time I ever did about our relationship. And she was shocked and said his father used to do that to her. I knew he observed a super dysfunctional relationship between his parents, but I am scared he will be a husband like his father was to his mom. He has apologized so much and said he will do everything to mend our relationship and will continue to do so even if I don't want one because he knows it was despicable behavior. Should I just end it now? I really envisioned my entire life with him and we just clicked so perfectly. How can you argue anything with someone for over 5 hours? Your marriage is doomed. Sorry. And a double spit to the face, the cherry on top. If you have no children, just divorce and move on. Thankfully you are 22. Good luck. 1. This is why you don't get married in your teens or early 20s. Did your parents support you getting married so young? 1. Spitting on someone in an argument is inexcusable. If you stay with him, you'll be a standard abused spouse staying with their abuser because you love him, and then things will get worse. And when they do get worse, you won't want people to say, "Well then why did you stay with him after the abuse started to begin with?" Leave this guy, and don't sprint into marriage at 100 Malaf again. Wait until you actually know the person and are mature enough to get married. I don't like you in this story as much as I don't like that he spit on you. Grow up. Both of you. I don't understand why you argued for 5 hours over him ending a friendship you wanted him to end. I also don't understand why you accused him of being gay for deleting a text message thread with someone he didn't want to have contact with anymore. Him spitting on you is unacceptable, but I think you both have a lot of growing up to do. Consider individual and couples counseling for both of you. Op. Stop trying to dictate to your spouse who he can and cannot be friends with. Also, you harangued him for 5 hours, apparently not letting him sleep because he would not bow to your wishes, and then you double down and accuse him of being gay. If that wasn't enough, you want to text his friend, ex-friend to find out what really happened. I'm sorry op, why is this any of your business? Then you involve his mother in your argument. I think the two of you are toxic together. This is not normal and it will probably escalate. I repeat, this is not normal. My Asian mom won't approve of me. 19 F. Being with a black man. 20 M. Any experience or advice? Me. 19 F. Asian. Boyfriend. 20 M. Black. I'm in college and have been dating my black boyfriend for 6 months now. My mom, Indian, completely disapproves. Most of my friends like him and think he's very smart. I've dated a black guy 2, before too, and for the entire relationship, 1 year long, I was around 17, it was hell. She actually had a good relationship with guy 2 and liked him. They'd talk alone together for hours and she thought he was really smart, but she couldn't approve of him. She'd have huge fights with me about why I can't just stay friends. With my current boyfriend it's even worse because she doesn't take the time to get to know him and is upset I am dating another black guy. He went to my high school but a less prestigious state university than me. He graduated high school and college early and majored in CS. His academic life was unlike mine. I was almost Val and my range was T20, but I don't see that much about it. I don't think it defines someone and I hate a lot of aspects of my environment I had to deal with. He has a very laid-back personality but he was never a bad student. His family moved a lot like mine and has experienced poverty, but his parents worked really hard to reach a better and now pretty comfortable life. Honestly more than mine due to my family situation. He works part-time and is trying hard to find a job, though struggling because of the market and I suspect his race too. But that's not his fault, and I like to think I'll secure my own future. I feel like my mother is not giving him any grace because of his race, demographic and economic background, and because he is struggling to find a good job. But so many people are, my own siblings and friends, and he's only 20. She doesn't like that he wears earrings either. My mom's words are very hurtful and have even made me project her worries onto him a few times. Something hurtful towards him and something that makes me hate myself. She has said I am having an identity crisis, ruining my future, changing who I am, etc. That I have no reason to be with someone with no future. Why do I want to make my life harder by being with someone who will be discriminated against? She works at an all-black school in a poor area, so a lot of her viewpoints have strengthened because of that. And I know a lot of Indians judge me for being with a black man, but my mom has never been that way before her new job. It shocked me. She's usually very open and progressive with all races. I want to have a close relationship with my mom because honestly she's all I have sometimes. My family situation is a mess and I have no relatives except my brother and a distant dad. What I also don't get is that I myself am mixed, white and Asian, so I never expected her to care so much. And she and my dad had a horrible divorce. She was financially dependent, which worked out terribly. Knowing that, why does she want me to rely on any man at all? He knows about the situation, but I'm worried she'll influence my own anxieties and feelings to the point that it will affect my relationships, my boyfriend and or mom. He's treated me really well and I enjoy spending time with him. It's not even like I'm getting married anytime soon or not working on my own life. I am very disciplined and excel at academics. Why can't she just let me enjoy dating someone I like? Someone who is laid back and allows me to distance myself from my own hectic environment. If my partner ends up financially struggling for bad reasons, which I don't believe he will, it just takes time, or treats me bad, I am confident in myself I will leave, especially when it comes to long-term commitment. But I just want to enjoy my youth. I've been the perfect daughter. Studied my ass off, no drugs, no alcohol, obedient, abstinent, etc. Yet she is using my boyfriend to attack my character. I don't know what to do. It's been giving me major anxiety and worries. I don't think the way she does, but it's one of those things where you hear it so much it becomes a part of your thoughts and fears. I am terrified of going out with him and coming back and my mom interrogating or fighting with me. And I hate when her thoughts become my own prejudices, even if faint. Often we have to sneak around. She makes me feel like I did something horribly wrong and am stupid, and she shames me for intimacy in general.
Any experiences like this?
I'd appreciate any advice or even just support that I'm not insane, that it will be okay.
Thank you for reading. Sorry for it being so long and jumbled.
Have a good day. Folded hands. Too long did not read.
My Asian mom won't approve of my boyfriend because he's black, and therefore, won't have a good future, and it's suffocating. Me and my boyfriend have had a good relationship and my mom fights with me about it all the time to the point that it is affecting my mental health.
I live at home during the summers.
Your boyfriend is going to get tired of having to sneak around and being made to feel inferior. You need to stand up to your mother, either stop letting her say anything to you about it or stop talking to her at all. If you can't do that, you don't deserve to be with him. He finished high school early and has a 4-year degree at age 20, but wasn't a good student and he went to community college?
Something is not adding up here.
It's likely the main reason he doesn't have a job is because of his mediocre school and academic performance, in which case I can see why your mother is unhappy about this arrangement. By your own admission, he's not doing so well in his career. It's not that he has no future because he's black. He has no future because he has no idea how to get a job.
Ignore your mom and the other racists on Reddit. You live your life and your mom will come around.
It might take a while, but she will. You are both so young, it's unreasonable for him to have any kind of serious career at this point.
Those things take time. And if it doesn't work out between you, at least you tried.
But seriously, don't listen to your mom. She will love you anyway even if she isn't acting like it.
Our Asian American or our Asian parent stories might give you better, more culturally accurate advice.
Your mother is simply a disgusting monster.
Doesn't matter whether you end up staying together with your boyfriend. You should grow up and face your mother behavior the way it is, horribly disgusting.
If she doesn't change, it'd be on you to remain under her domain. You said yourself that you've always been the perfectly obedient daughter who does whatever her mom tells her. That's exactly why she is doing this, because she is so used to being able to bend you to her will. If you ever want to live a life of your own, you need to put your foot down and stand up for yourself and your boyfriend. Don't even talk to her if she says anything, just tell her that it's none of her business and walk away. Don't give her any power in this situation. I understand it's difficult since you are still financially dependent on her, but you still have to keep up healthy boundaries with her. Doing it now will prevent a lot of problems later down the road.